Hello again, diary. It is May 11th, 2011, 8:22 p.m. About an hour or so ago, I just got back from riding my bike, my 21 speed bicycle to school, and I had one class, and then I studied for some statistics, and then I rode on over to my parents' house, which is not too far from my campus, and then I rode home. Um, I feel a little tired, of course. I don't even want to know how many miles it was. I didn't even look it up. It's just the fact that I needed to push myself to do it was enough. I didn't need to know any more details than that. But I feel a little better, other than a lot of thoughts that run through my head throughout the day. Thoughts of past and trying to see what I could have done differently in my life. To tell you the truth, I've lived a fulfilling life. I've met every goal that I've um, set for myself when I was younger, and so except for one, and that's being married with children. And well, that didn't pan out for me yet, so I guess that's why I kind of got into my little depression mode. But no, it's not why I got into my depression mode. I got in my depression mode because of a lot of other reasons. Uh, but today I feel nice. It was a beautiful day outside, and I'm tired, but I have a lot of statistics studying to do tonight. I just thought I might get this in before I started studying. Uh, when I went by my parents' house. My stepmom was there, and my niece. My niece, she'll be one in July. She's so precious. Her name is Aliyah. And my sister uh, became pregnant with her. Um, she and her husband were very excited to have the first grandchild in the family. And I'm the oldest, and I kind of thought I'd be well ahead of that game already, but again, life didn't pan out the way that I thought it would. But I just love seeing her, and I don't get to see her much because of some circumstances that I'll explain probably another day. But it's kind of hard for me to go over to my parents' house because my dad and I are not seeing eye to eye, and we haven't been for a year now. It's been just over a year and year and a month. It affects me a little bit to go over there because I know that I don't have a relationship with him as much as I would love to have a relationship with him. He just won't let me in, and there's a lot of reasons that is, um, but it's not because of me, because I really would love to have a great relationship with my father, like most girls. But he has a better relationship with my stepsisters, or you know, and my stepsisters love the fact that he doesn't have a good relationship with me. They wish I didn't exist. One of them actually told me that. That she wished I didn't exist. But the way that they operate is a little differently from how I operate. So we're not very close, my sisters and my father and I. I used to be very upbeat and loving and just wanted everyone to come together and be together and be happy and be family. But when I started going through depression, people began to reject me. Lost a best friend, 17 years because of depression. I lost a husband 4 months later after I lost my best friend. So my best friend was my ex-husband's sister, and that's another story for another day as well. But now I've lost immediate family here in Belleville. Who wants to be around someone who's capable of possibly killing herself at any moment? No one wants to be around that negativity. Everyone's got their own lives, living it as positively as they can in this economy and with things that's been going on. Who's got time to be around someone who cries a lot? I have a lot of issues I need to really get through. A lot. Tomorrow I go see a psychologist. I was in the hospital last week because I had thoughts of suicide. And I told them not to keep me because I had a statistics test the next day. I had my laptop with me and everything, and I couldn't even get the care I needed because school was just so important. I mean, it's the only thing that's keeping me going. School is the only thing that's getting me up every day. Otherwise, I'd be laying in bed looking at the ceiling towel and thinking about when am I going to die and how am I going to do it. It's very, very scary being me right now because I'm not afraid to die. And I don't question if. The question for me is when. I know everyone dies, but I feel like my own worst enemy in this. I remember my ex-husband telling me, he said to me, because he wanted the divorce. I didn't want the divorce. We had known each other since high school, and of course, again, my ex-best friend's brother. And so I just knew that we were shoo-in to stay together for a very long time, and he had known the things that I'd gone through in my past, and I just thought I had the most patient and loving and caring husband. But he changed on me after we got married about a year later. Very focused on school, even though he already had a master's. He wanted to get another master's, and then he wanted his PhD, and so it was always school with him. And then his friends always wanted him, and then and he had female friends. And one of them didn't like me. I mean, she told me one time, if you and him didn't get married, we promised each other that we would get married. I guess in our 40s or something, she was saying. She waited till I was alone to tell me that. And when I shared this with my ex-husband and told him that I didn't feel like she was best for our marriage, he defended her. I was so upset that he was defending her. I became the enemy because I didn't fit into his little world. Sister is a lot like that too, because I always had to fit into her world to be approved to be a friend with her. And she's cut me off of our friendship 3 times, and she was always the one cutting our friendship off. And there was one time I told her I don't want to be friends anymore, and she called me and was just begging and pleading for me to forgive her and come back into her life. And I had a trust issue with her from that day forward, and kind of like a wall built up, and I just never really thought that I would ever have that true friendship that we used to have again, which was true. My thought was right, because years later, took years this time, like maybe, gosh, when was that? Took about 8 years for the last and final cutoff to happen, which I knew was inevitable. I just knew it. Um, she was the only friend I really invested in. I mean, I have other pals, people I call sisters, because they know me and things, but I didn't have anything as near as close as with her. It was almost like a marriage between she and I, and we were just best friends. I mean, I was there for both of her kiddos' births, and I was there for her for everything. I would have given the shirt on my back for her any time, and I have. uh, really don't miss her anymore because of the things that happened and how she just cut our friendship off. I don't miss her anymore. Sad about it still, but in the same year I lost my best friend and my husband, which were two separate people, because by that time my ex-husband and I, we weren't best friends anymore. He had become someone different, and I had become someone different because of depression. So I was more of a problem for him because he needed to finish his PhD. So just get rid of your problem. That's what he told me that his advisors told him, anything in your house that's a distraction, get rid of it when you're doing your PhD. I remember when he came home and told me that. And I felt like, wow, are you thinking about getting rid of me or something? Well, anyway, I think that I'll save all the other stories for another day. I need to get some studying done. But I'm glad I was able to have this talk with you, and look forward to talking to you again. And I'm not going to set a definite time that I I come in and I talk to you. I'm just going to do it when I feel like I need to get something off my chest. I think that's best for me. Um, I don't work well with schedules. But anyway, I guess we'll talk soon.